If you're building a business in the online space, you're going to need to show your face. And I know that sentence alone might already bring up some resistance, like, how am I going to do that? This is hard. I don't want to be visible. I do want to be visible, but I don't know how. And we're going to talk about all of that. I've been there. I'm going to share the personal story of all my freakouts when I started being visible years ago. Hi, I'm Cornelia, and welcome to A Business I Have No Clue, the podcast. If you've listened before, welcome back to the family. And if you're diving just in, this is your first episode listening, go you, welcome. I'm happy you're here. Let me take you back to a couple of years ago. I Let me take you back to when it all began in 2020. I had registered my business with the Chamber of Commerce, ready to go. And my business coach told me, you have to create online profiles. And I'm like, I don't have Instagram yet. I have Facebook, but I never come there. TikTok maybe just started. Everything social media related. I was not the person to go on social media. I'm like, nope, takes too much time, is like soul destroying. I don't want to do that. But you made a fair point. Running an online business, you need to be online and visible. There's really, truly no way around this. If you want to sell online courses, if you want to run an online business internationally, you have to be visible online. And the moment I realized that, a storm of insecurities hit me like a wave. Because visibility didn't just mean showing up, it also meant facing the mirror, looking at my reflection, making peace with the reflection that I saw, especially on camera. Because to be honest, I did not have any problems with how I looked when I just looked in the mirror. The only problems that I had was looking at myself on camera and hearing myself back while recording. And I can imagine this might sound familiar to you. You might have an online business, you might have a physical business, but being visible as entrepreneur, and especially as introverted entrepreneur, you need to be out there. People need to be able to find you. If you have a local business, people need to be able to find you locally. That means showing up on Google Maps. That means showing up on the apps that are connected to your business. That means having a website ready to go, and to really draw the right clients in, making sure that they actually connect with you, you need to have a personal brand, personal branding, social media, whether you like it or not. But let's dive into all the struggles that I encountered along the way. The very first problem that I had with showing up and especially talking to the camera, I would look in the camera, hold my phone, look in the camera, and feel like, this is not me. Is this really how I look? That is not how I want to. I know that's not my powerful self. That is just, it's not good enough. The problem that I had actually was, ever since I'm a very small girl, people always commented on my hair. I have curly hair. And I used to have a lot more than I have now. People always commented on that. Oh, she does have such beautiful hair. It's so nice. And I only thought, even as a small child, it's annoying hair. I hate my hair. It looks nice. It hurts all the time. Because doing my hair, always a big struggle. So my solution was, put it in a ponytail. I think for my whole life, up until the point that I became visible, I always wore my hair in some sort of ponytail kind of form, either high up or low or in these knots above my head. I would do anything to keep it out of my face to make sure it was not like people wouldn't comment on it because I hate comments on my hair. Up until the point that I looked on myself on camera and I felt this is not how I want to show up. I don't like how my face looks. Like I don't have any hair at all because when you have a ponytail at the back of your head, you cannot see the hair on camera. Or if you have a knot, you probably don't see the knot unless you have it very high up on your head. This is actually one of the things that I changed about myself. I think for the better, to be honest. I never wore my hair down because I was so insecure. And then I looked at the camera and I thought, that has to change right here, right now. So I started experimenting with letting my hair down figuratively. Yeah. And trying to record myself with my hair to one side and to the other side, putting a hand in my hair, making sure it's not in my face. Every time I looked at myself on camera with my hair down, I thought this is definitely much better. And this is actually something I do regularly right now. I wear my hair down on camera, off camera, but especially on camera. I almost always have my hair down. And when it doesn't look nice, do something that's called baseball caps. Love them. Especially when I'm out there in the light and I have this super white skin, so I get sunburned easily. These caps, I have 5 of them, I think. And I put them on, record myself with that if my hair is looking like fatty or, is looking like it's dry or it's too shiny or whatever it is that can go wrong. And for the hair in my face problem, I'm now wearing headbands. Had to get used to that too, by the way. The pressure behind your ears, didn't like that. I really truly felt like this is gonna give me a headache. But I know when you train yourself, just wear it for a little while. It gets better. And it did get better. So I wear headbands, I wear baseball caps, and I have my hair down right now. This is years ago, by the way. But I love the fact that I did change this tiny, tiny thing about myself. It's still the same hair, still the same me. I just put my hair down. And maybe for you, it is not your hair. It is your outfit. It is the background where you're filming in. But the truth is, you can always make like these small, tiny, little tweaks about yourself, about how you film, that really can make a difference in how you look on camera and make you feel more confident without actually changing yourself. I truly think that it is essential you are okay with yourself when showing up on camera. But I'm also very conscious about the fact that how I look on camera, I have to look the same when I look in a mirror at home. I have to be able to recognize myself. Otherwise, we're gonna get into a land where it's very, very easy to get weird vision, weird vision of how you have to look. It is easy to go down the rabbit hole of things that come close to mental illness. So please make sure that you can recognize yourself on camera and in the mirror. That's like the same kind of person. To me, that is very important. And I do believe that everyone can look good on camera. I really, truly believe that. Sometimes it's just a couple of small tweaks. Sometimes it's just the confidence that you need to show up. And if you feel like you want to learn more on how to be visible in a way that actually fits your energy as introvert entrepreneur, make sure to sign up for my free webinar, Be Visible and Attract Clients in an Introvert-Friendly Way. The link to register is in the show notes. Hope to see you there. The second huge thing that I did not like about being on camera that I really had to learn is I always had, let's go back. High school. As a woman, it is time to experiment with makeup, and we're not friends. We're definitely not friends. I like to rub in my eyes, mascara everywhere, eyeliner everywhere. I couldn't even make good lines with eyeliner, making my eyebrows look like more full, or lip gloss, or I don't know, how do you call that? Putting makeup like on your skin. Yeah, putting on foundation. And really, truly not my thing. Foundation everywhere. I like to touch my face. It's everywhere. I like to touch my eyes. Mascara everywhere. I quickly gave up on makeup in high school. So fast forward to making the first videos with me promoting my business, basically, with me building a personal brand. I really, truly didn't like how empty my face looked without any lip gloss or mascara and stuff like that. I really felt bare. To me, it didn't look good. I felt really vulnerable. What will people think? She's showing up without makeup. That is not the standard out there at all. Women wear makeup. That is like a given, especially on social media. The screen was magnifying every imperfection I fixated on. I have freckles. My skin gets a little bit reddish, especially in the sun. Otherwise, it's very white. It does not become brownish at all when I get into the sun. I only get sunburn. And watching those videos, it really gave me the reflection. This is how you look if you want to not change yourself anymore except from the hair. You have to get comfortable with this. You have to make sure that when you look at your video and when you look into the mirror, that you see the same person. That it is not different with how you show up on camera and how you're showing up in real life, especially when you're learning to show up on camera. You have to get comfortable because putting on makeup, it just isn't you. It is not who you are as a person. It's not where you are right here, right now in real life. And it took some time to get to know myself on this vertical screen without makeup, with my hair down. And every time I looked at the video that I recorded, the more familiar my face became. And I finally got to know my personality on camera because it's like part of my personality that shows up on camera. And I started to become really comfortable about showing up without makeup, only to come to the point where I felt like, I gotta change this. This is gonna be fun. I'm diving into personal branding. That was over a year ago. And the moment I dove into personal branding and I looked at brands around me that I think are really truly inspiring people, especially women, I always focus on women. I really like the brand Taylor Swift has. I think her marketing skills and her ways of marketing potential albums is amazing. I think she's truly an amazing businesswoman. But when looking at how she shows up on camera, how she shows up in shows and stuff like that, with that signature red lipstick, I secretly wanted to use red lipstick for a long time. Aside from the fact that makeup wasn't my friend. And I thought, I'm gonna add this. Truly gonna add this to my personal brand. And that means I have to be okay with showing up without any makeup at all. And I have to learn how I look with red lipstick on. And this one, the first one, without makeup, I never got any comments on that. Going on camera, showing up in places with red lipstick, that got a reaction. Oh, so nice. Do you have red lipstick now? Ooh, gotta get used to this. Oh, there you have the trainer with the red lipstick. Yeah, no one here has red lipstick. All these tiny little comments on my red lipstick made it extra tough because, oh man, comments on how we look and stuff, those are annoying, but also reason that I went with red lipstick to make it memorable. People comment because they think it's memorable. And maybe they even comment because they think I might like that too, but I don't dare to do it. And I like this expressive version of myself now. And maybe you're still in that filming and deleting phase, and that's okay because you don't have to love it today, but you can learn to accept it. And that is powerful. I truly see the camera as my friend. It used to be my enemy. It is my friend now. And I've got 2 more issues that I have with showing up on camera. The next one is my voice. I started my journey on social media in Dutch, at a Dutch account. And because I'm from the Netherlands, I speak Dutch. And the Netherlands is a very small country, so you would think everybody speaks the same kind of Dutch. No, we got accents. We got a lot of accents. And I always thought I speak the average, standard, highly educated form of Dutch. Until I started to record myself on camera, hearing my voice back. And I realized, oh, I don't speak the standard kind of form of Dutch. That is not what this is. This is a almost heavy accent that belongs to the region of Amsterdam. Whether you like it or not, this is how you sound. And that even aside from the fact that my voice sounds different to me in my head and different when I hear it back when I recorded it and only hear it back via the microphone, because in your head you hear it 2 times. You hear it from the outside, and the sound is also vibrating in your own head, so you pick up a different sound. It always sounds different in your own head when you're talking than when you hear your own voice back. So I had to learn that. But mostly, I had to get used to the fact that I had a very heavy accent. Don't like to say that out loud. But yeah, that's true. I do have a accent in Dutch. Eventually, by listening to my voice over and over again, I got used to it. It is fine. Of course, that was exactly the moment I decided Dutch is not going to be my language anymore. On social media, I'm going to switch. I want to go really, truly international. So I'm going to set up my account in English. And that meant I had to go through it all again over. It has to roll. And that meant I had to go through it all over again. And the funny, ironic, maybe, I don't know, annoying part about this is that Dutch people are really annoyed by having a Dutch accent in English. They're like, no, you should speak English like accentless. That is fantastic. To be fair, is there a way to speak English accentless? I think that is simply not possible because English comes in all kinds of accents from the UK, and there are a lot of accents in the UK to the Americas where there's a lot of difference in accents throughout the States as well. There's a difference in Canada, especially between the West Coast and the East Coast. It really truly sounds different. I lived in Canada for a while. And I had some fun about the abouts that they use in their language, but still could perfectly understand them. And the same accounts for Australia and all the other countries that speak English. Every single place, spot, city, state has a different kind of accent, different words that are used more, different ways of pronunciation. And the fun part is, people that are native speaking English people, they love accents. So it's just like a contradiction, tug of war in my head between I don't want to have a Dutch accent in English, And on the other side, people who are native in English speaking, they love accents, so why should I care? I did the same solution as I did the first time, listening to myself, especially listening back to podcasts. And for editing, I needed to listen to them. And that taught me, okay, this is how I sound. I also recognized some grammar mistakes that I'm making along the way, and I felt it's okay. It's fine. This part, this accent is part of my story, and this voice, this accent is part of my brand. And even if I want to change it, I might take up some, I don't know, pronunciation lessons in the future when my brand is becoming really big. But for right now, it doesn't have my focus at all on improving this, because I really feel like I sell to a lot of people in Northwest Europe. And as long as people buy with me, then I don't think the language is a real problem. Regarding social media, maybe you've hesitated to start a podcast, or maybe even started to want to record a course, an online course, but you hate your own voice. And my question to you is, what if the thing you hate is actually the thing that your audience will love the most? Because people always say to me, you have such a beautiful voice. It sounds so great. It is really nice. You have a nice voice to listen to. There are probably people out there who don't think that's the case, but I haven't heard from them yet. This is not an invitation to let me know, by the way. It is fine. I can deal with, I like only hearing that it sounds good, but either way, I'm not going to change it. And for you, that is probably the same. What if your voice, the thing that sounds weird in your mind, is actually the thing that your audience loves? To be fair, I have an exercise in my free webinar, Be Visible and Attract Clients in an Introvert-Friendly Way, that is actually about how to sound great on camera or on voice recording kind of stuff. So if you feel like, hey, I want to be more visible and attract clients in an introvert-friendly way, make sure to sign up for the webinar. The link is in the show notes. That having said, there is one more point that I really truly struggled with, because after my hair, after the makeup issue and the voice issue, I thought, I'm set. This is good. I know everything that I need to know about myself, about my online personality. This is great. This is awesome. I look great. I sound great. We're good. And then I start to record online courses. So instead of vertical film, vertical video, we're talking horizontal screen video. There's way more space on the side of my head. And suddenly everything looked different again. Wider, flatter, new angles. And each time you're going to level up. Each time you'll have to meet a new version of yourself. You're not starting over. It's just like building on acceptance with new cameras, because I'm sure that right now I'm totally okay with how I record myself for online courses in a horizontal screen. If I would level up and record myself from 3 different angles and get higher quality videographers to film myself, or in different stages that I actually am training, real life training, maybe I will have to get used to how I look on that particular video. It usually takes me about 5 minutes of looking at video to be okay with this new version. And that's what happens when you're building upon all this and showing up in new ways. Why would you keep pushing through all those uncomfortable moments when you're looking at yourself on camera? Am I this? This is not me. This is not looking good. This is not looking great. Having a goal to make sure that you start showing up and let go of all the awkward videos and the self-conscious voiceovers and how you look on camera, in my case, the makeup-free camera days. That is because you have a dream. I had a dream too. I wanted to be a successful entrepreneur. I wanted to build a business that actually felt like it was mine. I want to attract clients that genuinely connect well with me, not just what I offered, but with who I am, because that makes clients that are becoming a fan of you. Of course, I also wanted to build a following, an audience for people who saw me, heard me, and came back because they felt something they listened or watched. And I can imagine that might be the case for you too, but maybe you dream about finally creating that course that you've been sitting on, or starting that podcast or YouTube channel, showing up on Instagram and actually being excited about it, or building a business that feels good instead of one that just drains you. Maybe deep, deep down, you just want to be visible without pretending to be someone else. Those were all parts of my goal. I would say it still is, but I achieved this goal. I really grew my business in a way that actually fits my personality, and every single stage of business growth requires new things from me. Still amazes me nowadays because I don't really care how I look on camera. Sometimes I even show up in my pajamas, sometimes with red lipstick, but it's not about how I look, it's about how I feel about me. And before I'm going to give you the last note that I really think you should hear today, I wanted to light up and promote the webinar one last time, because when you want to build a business, when you want to be visible for your business and attract the right clients, especially as introverted entrepreneur, but also if you're just highly sensitive, I have a webinar for you that'll teach you the foundation to make sure you can actually do that and do it in a way that gets you results instead of just gaining 10,000 followers without any sales, because to be fair, that happens as well. And the link to sign up is in the show notes. And I truly think you need to hear this last one piece, because it doesn't matter how you look. It matters how you feel about how you look. And I know this is for sure. If I can do it, you can do it too. You don't need to change your hair, your skin, your voice, your accent, your smile, your teeth, or whatever it is that you are unsure about and not okay with, because being okay with yourself, being okay with how you look, however it is that you look, I truly, really, truly believe that anyone can look good on camera. It really, truly doesn't matter. As long as you feel confident in your own skin, okay with how you look, it will show on camera and you will look good. Because the real you, that is the person that will build connections. That is the person that will build trust. And that is the person that will be magnetic. If this episode helped you shift something today, please share it with a fellow entrepreneur, screenshot, and tag me in your stories, or just send it directly to someone who needs to hear it. That'll help me to help more people to build the business that they deserve. And the final words that I have for you: no matter what, you are beautiful. Your face, your voice, your presence, exactly as it is right now, is worthy of being seen and heard. Thank you for listening, and talk to you next time.